welcome to yet another episode of Espresso, our coffee show here at JCU Brisbane campus. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have with me Kylie from Study Queensland joining us, talking about everything Queensland, everything international education. And I would like to welcome Kylie on the show today. Kylie, welcome to the Espresso.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here.
Thank you for joining us today, Kylie. And before I get started, just before, while I was talking to Kylie, I found that she is actually a JCU alumni, which is very, very good, very interesting. So she's, of course, been part of the JCU community and now working for the government, Study Queensland. So firstly, I want to ask you, Kylie, how was your experience with JCU?
I had a great experience with James Cook University. 4 years up in Townsville at the Townsville campus. Great opportunity. I was studying business and tourism at the time.
Wow. Okay.
And beautiful lifestyle in Townsville.
Right.
So I actually lived on campus, so in student accommodation, and I actually met many international students by living on campus at JCU, and did a lot of their activities that were organised for international students. I got invited to, which was great actually.
Fantastic.
Beautiful lifestyle, learnt to dive up there, worked for a dive company.
Yeah.
Great environment, and obviously a very high quality education.
Absolutely. So can you share a little bit about the International Education and Training Strategy 2022-2027?
So our strategy is built around 3 pillars. Mm-hmm. The first one is obviously to promote Queensland as an international education and training destination and a premier destination. Why choose Queensland over the rest of the world?
Yep.
And clearly we have a very strong value proposition.
100%, yes.
Right around our state. We have such a menu of opportunities of study destinations across Queensland, right from James Cook University in Cairns and Townsville through to our colleagues within Brisbane and out to Toowoomba and everywhere in between. So we have 14 education specialists located in Trade and Investment Queensland offices around the world. And also now 4 new roles of Directors of Research Partnerships.
Right.
So our directors are located in India, Japan, Germany and North America. And their role is to connect our research institutes with commercial opportunities located in each of those countries. Our education specialists are very much focused on promoting Queensland as a destination for education. Mm-hmm. They do a wide range of activities like agent briefings, promotional campaigns, student showcase events, and also they do work one-on-one with providers to help forge connections and meetings and opportunities for institutional relationships or other relationships that help build the sector. So a lot of promotion through our network around the world to really profile Queensland and the opportunities across Queensland and our providers.
That's right.
So we also look to grow our sector. So that is very much around commercial opportunities for providers, and very much where we move into that one-to-one opportunities for our education providers to make connections and promote. We've been really fortunate this year actually in the last 12 months through our missions that have been undertaken across the world. So we did have the Premier of Queensland recently led an education delegation into China, which really did a fantastic job in raising the profile and strengthening and stabilising the relationships with China and showcasing Queensland. The Treasurer has undertaken missions to both Brazil and India and participated in student showcase activities in those countries. And Minister Hinchliffe has been to Japan, Singapore, Vietnam, and is shortly going to India.
Wow.
So we've had great support in terms of the travelling that you mentioned. We've had great opportunities through ministerial missions to really gain some profile and attention to Queensland education. And that's something we'll continue to do at the local level, but also bringing Queensland to the world and the world to Queensland.
Fantastic. That's so good to see, Kylie, because obviously the government's doing a whole bunch of things to not just welcome students, but ensure that, they get the right fit university. And there's obviously some top-rated universities here in Queensland. Before I move on to the next question, I want to ask this question to you. What's your favorite thing about Brisbane or about Queensland? What do you like the most about the state of Queensland?
What I like most about the state of Queensland, and I think what makes us different to the other states in this sector, is the fact that we are so regionalised. So within Queensland, around 30% of students who are attracted to our state choose to study outside of Brisbane. So that's a really significant number of students travelling and studying, living, working right around our state. And they make a huge difference to the places in which they choose to study, live and work. And to the communities, which is brilliant, really providing that great level of diversity and vibrancy right across our state. So we are the only state that has that. It sets us apart, and I think that choice of offering that we have widens the market for us. So
absolutely.
Students are driven by a wide range of motivations, depending on their interests, their cultural backgrounds, their different range of choices that they look for. And Queensland has an amazing menu of opportunities.
Absolutely. And this morning I was going to the Study Queensland website, and I saw something that said Student Support Club. Is it Student Support Club? Through which the Study Queensland actually offers various types of assistance for international students, and they can actually reach out to the Study Queensland office in terms of any assistance that they would need while they're studying here. So can you share a little bit about the Student Support Hub? I believe that's called the Student Support Hub, if I'm not wrong.
Nearly. But that's also a great segue to the third pillar, which I didn't get to, and I should have, which is where we foster a student experience.
Okay.
So because pre-COVID, we did have about 135,000 international students from 160 countries choose Queensland as a study destination. So if all of those students have a positive experience and promote that to their friends and family, and if we do a great job, they graduate, they go on their careers, they become lifelong ambassadors for Queensland. The power of that is exponential. And the reverse is also true. So we need to collectively work together across government, councils, providers and communities to ensure our students have not just the best quality education that they can get here in Queensland, but also a really great, inclusive and supportive experiences, whatever community they choose to study in. So at Study Queensland, we have a range of ways in which we support student experience. So we've set up a phone line 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 1-800-Q-STUDY phone line, which enables students to reach a centre and pretty much be referred to any kind of informational support that they need. We also provide funding under a regional funding framework to study clusters around the state. We're supporting 5 at the moment. These are in Cairns, Townsville, Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast and Toowoomba.
Wow.
And these, through our funding, it provides a wide range of services to be supporting students at the community level. In some of those locations, such as Gold Coast and Cairns, there are student hubs, and these are physical places that students can go to meet, go to events, ask questions, receive support. Other activities run through the study clusters are events, employability initiatives, connecting students with the broader community and with opportunities to build those broader skills. You build your discipline knowledge within your degree, and then you have your broader skills that you can build through meaningful engagement with potential employers. So a range of employability opportunities as well.
I do want to ask you, do you have a quick piece of advice for international students, and not just specifically about Brisbane or Queensland, but in general, what would be your top advice for international students thinking of Australia as a study destination?
I think my top advice would always be do what you love and find a great and supportive place to do it. I think that's the secret to success. And I think for those of us, anyone who works in the education sector, we tend to be very values driven and very driven by seeing great outcomes for our students, which includes not just, a great job at the end of it, but the pride and of watching students progress through their careers and really have a personally satisfying career at the end of it.
Yeah.
So I think it all starts with do what you love. And as always, Queensland has a great menu of opportunities for people to study, but also connect with community and connect with a wide range of opportunities.
Yeah, perfect. So the advice is follow your passion, and I love that totally, because in today's world, there's a lot of discussions happening around this topic. What's your purpose? What's your passion? And I guess it boils down to when you do what you love, you love what you do. So it's as simple as that, I guess.
Yes.
All right, that brings us to the end of the Espresso Coffee Show episode with Study Queensland. But before we go, as customary, I'm going to hand over a nice little gift from JCU Brisbane to Kylie. It's the lunchbox. That's for you, Kylie.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again for coming on the show. And we would love to see the audience tune in to our future episodes as well. But it's us signing off for this episode. Thank you and goodbye.